What did I do? There it is. Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in today's live stream, I'm messing about with some polymer clay. I apologize right off the bat for that loud noise of the air conditioner roaring in the background. Hey Sabrina, um, hey Buttons and Rubbish. Gosh, it's great to see you guys. Hey Fortune S'mores. Um, it is hot today. It is like a million freaking degrees. It's only 85, but my chunky winter conditioned body is not ready for summer weather. This is bullcrap. So I stuck my coffee in the fridge until it was cold as a way of trying to cope. Thanks, Cherry. Hey, Alan. Hey, Daniel Knott. Jennifer says, hi, Yvonne. Hi, Randy. Hey, everybody. Hey, Laura. Okay, so I want to show you guys, though, the clay that I'm going to be doing today. Ooh, super shiny. Because guys, we got all of Patreon. Both Randy and I's Patreons completely packaged up yesterday. So it's sitting on the porch waiting for the mailman because we scheduled the pickup. Because we have a little bit of a spite battle going with our mailman right now. Ooh, Alan says, I like Viking stuff. Any Viking stuff coming? Hopefully so. I want to make like some gentleman's vests and things and see how that goes. But today we're working on polymer clay, which I do have used this same paint style on leather, and that actually worked. Would you guys be in? I can hear you already. A couple of you being like, yes, but would you guys be interested in a leather working video showing how I use these Lumiere paints to get this effect on leather? Hey, Angie. Also, I just noticed right there's a little spot. I like putting my pinky in it. Sorry, this is my new mug. Alan says hi, Randy. Yeah, if he says hello. If you guys have any questions for me while I'm working, be sure to highlight it in orange by doing the @ sign, and then YVONNE with a capital Y, and then a space, and then Williams with a capital W. Just like how my channel name is like situated, and that'll highlight it in orange. Yep, just like that. Thank you so much. But if the spelling's off, if the capital's off, and if there's no space, it won't highlight it, but it makes it a lot easier for Randy to keep up with y'all's comments, and that way he can pass them on to me, and that way I can still communicate with you guys while still getting stuff done is the plan. Mary says more excited to see how it works on clay. Well, Mary, will actually be this would have been my faux labradorite tutorial, is the one that I would recommend following for this technique. Okay, just getting things situated, and we got a big old order of clay in. You guys can see maybe over here just a solid wall of polymer clay, because that's about how much we use every month to make the polymer clay and resin cabochons for y'all in the Craft-A-Lawn kits. Just highlight. It did not, Daniel. Yep. Beep boop. Hey, Letty. Ooh, cheers, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay. Oh, thank you, Randy, for clearing out the thing. There are shoes just everywhere. Sam, one of those pairs is yours, Randy. Your house shoes. You're 1/3 guilty. You're 1/3 guilty in this also. Gravity. Okay, so let's bring you guys around. You getting? Oh, the camera's stuck. Okay. There's just shoes everywhere. #professional. I got your parcel today. Right on, Susan. I'm so glad. I'm glad it arrived safely, and I'm really glad that you like it. When am I going to do a fairy house? Tanya, I don't know. I've been asking myself that same thing. We've just been, I dare not complain, because this is, more success than we could have dreamed of, but everything, absolutely everything, tutorials and everything even, have had to go on back burners until we could get Patreon, like, stabilized, for lack of a better term. Okay, ta-da, pasta machine. Ta-da, cranky handle. So we've got some questions rolling in already. We have Teresa asks, what polymer clay are you working with? I want to try canes, and what do you use to color your clay? I have used alcohol inks as well as acrylic paints to color my clay, but I honestly prefer using the pre-colored Primo Sculpey. Is probably my favorite to work with. I'm not very consistent about getting like different color effects. So if I want something that's replicable, I just go with their pre-mixed clay. And also, as far as I'm aware and as far as I've experienced, their colors are actually color fast, which really makes a big difference whenever I do make fairy houses and things. Larissa asks, what is your favorite craft? Bead stringing, wire wrapping, resin, cosplay, leather, or something else? Ooh, that's really hard. I don't know.
Sure, Kelly, you're fashionably late.
Yeah, fashionably late. I don't know what my favorite is, because it's more of I'm addicted and in love with the actual, like, the just creating stuff. It's like, I almost don't even care what it is that I'm doing, just so long as I'm doing it, like, if that makes sense. I don't know. I like sculpting. Like, I love watercolor. That's not really a craft, though. Well, I don't know, because it's more of the art section from craft. Like to me, craft is something that you can, like, wear or do something with. But, like, I don't know, crafts are always art, too. I don't know. Words are hard. Yeah, I don't think I have a solid answer for you, Lisa. I'm going to have to really think about that. Elise asks, where did you find/acquire that little table? I require one. It is in the furniture section of, like, Walmart or Target. They're like TV tray tables, but I like them because even though it's wobbly, like you can kind of see here, I'll actually wrap my legs around it and, like, stabilize on this bar depending on the shoes that I'm wearing. Yeah, I'll, like, grip it with my knees and stabilize it with my feet, and that way when I'm cranking, it holds everything stable, and it's thin enough that my machine will clamp onto it. Wipe all the dog fur off. But honestly, I do kind of wish I had, like, a proper workbench, but it's nice because whenever we're not doing polymer clay stuff, we can put it away. And even in this, honestly, pretty big house, we run out of space really quick a lot of the time, it seems. Yeah, everything's gonna sound really weird because we have the air conditioner going in the back. And that is, like, roaring, but gosh, guys, it's like 1,000,000 degrees. Also, it didn't help that I got a touch of sun while I was out taking the rabbits. We got them new water bottles today that are a different, it's like a no-leak nib instead of the little ball nipple, the way that we had been using. So I went out there and got that taken care of, but I'm sweltering now, so bear with me.
What about your motor?
The motor is just ultra loud also. So I'm going to be cranking this by hand today, just so we can do a bit together. But that way I can still talk to you, because the mower, or the motor sounds like a lawnmower. A little bit, on camera especially. Okay, catching up with questions. Samantha, hey Sam, says, what are we making today? I finally made it. Oh, it's great to see you. I hope you're doing extraordinarily well. This is what we're making today. Some little faux labradorite, like, polymer clay that I'm going to be using as the base for clay and resin cabs for, what's next month? For June's Craft-A-Long kits on Patreon and Etsy. I'm going to my first Renaissance festival. Any tips? What to bring? What not to bring? Muggle, are you attending or vending? Because either way, I would definitely bring some sort of water holding container. Just to, like, that way you're not having to, pay like $3 to $6 for a bottle of water. Like, usually they'll have, some of the Ren fairs will have, like, fully plumbed bathrooms, and you can just refill it in the sink. And you can coordinate it to match your outfit. Even just crocheting or making crocheting a yarn or making a leather bottle holder that can hang from like a belt. It would cover up like a regular like Nalgene or Smart Water bottle, but make it look like it's part of your costume. So something to help stay hydrated, something to help keep the sun off, whether it's like a cute sunbrella or like a big hat that'll keep the sun off your face. Because again, like if you're like sitting around watching like a like the sword fighting or the jousting, you might not be blessed with enough shade, and just having something to provide your own shade, I think, makes a huge improvement in the quality of life. And that's even if you've already got sunblock on, it's still just nice to have a bit of shade. And then comfortable shoes that you can do a lot of walking in. Like, expect to be walking on like gravel and stuff too. So some of these like moccasin boots and stuff that are really, really cute with your outfit have just thin leather soles, and they can be really uncomfortable to walk in. Teresa asks, the blade you use, is it different from what they call a tissue blade? No, it's still just a tissue blade, but it's got these little handles on it. It was like in the Sculpey section of some craft store. Ooh, will you be making more polymer clay dragon skin cabochons? Oh, that'd be nice. Not today, but that's a good idea. I probably should for like the last episode of Game of Thrones is coming out to celebrate, the end of a saga. So yeah, this is how we condition. I just do a whole block at a time. Do you have a pattern for a leather water bottle holder? I don't, but that's a really good idea because I use this water bottle for like everything. So if I had something to kind of keep it in, that'd be cool.
Did you answer the question about the brand of bottle of plastic?
I didn't see that. Oh, Travis asks, what brands, this is a Makin's model, Makin's brand of pasta machine. I have links to these if you go to my Amazon wish list. There's like subcategories of, leatherworking, polymer clay, resin, cosplay, prop making, fashion even, if you're into plus size hippie clothing. Where all of those, if you shop through there, are still affiliate links. If you guys want to do that, or you can go to like Joann's or Michael's or something and use a coupon. But I really like this one because it does have a perfectly coordinated motor that attaches to it. It does make a big difference, especially if you want something hands-free. It's just a little loud, is all. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a thing that I do. So I really like the texture that this leaves. If you can kind of see, let me actually get this turned around. Turning this around for just a sec. So where do we, clicky boop.
I have one of your questions.
I think the camera just focuses better like this. Can't wait for the Game of Thrones prequel. There's a prequel? Ooh. How are you and Randy feeling about the last season of Game of Thrones? There's been a lot of split opinions. Yeah, I don't really know, honestly. Like, it's really hard, I think, ever to end a series in a way that makes everybody happy.
My biggest concern, or qualm, with the whole thing is we skipped a year, And they said, you'll have feature-length episodes.
Yeah, and they're only like an hour long.
Well,
Like,
I mean, after the credits and after the ads at the beginning, it literally is just an hour.
Yeah.
Hour and 10 minutes. It's like, that's not a movie.
yeah. Okay. So I really like this kind of texturing that happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and set that piece aside. And I'm going to use, this one has the least amount on these sides, so I'm going to slice. Move that off to the side. And now I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go, as I pass things through the pasta machine, it widens. So I'm going to go a little bit thinner than our final piece. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to fold it up so that it sits like that. And I'm going to pass it through. And see how it leaves those little lines, but also pushes and creates this really nice spread. So now I'm going to take this and place it right there. And I'm going to pass it through. And so now you can see it leaves that just little bit of a line texture. And this actually is pretty well conditioned now, so I don't think I'll be able to get it to do that too much more. So I'll actually have this one be our new base, and we'll see if we can't get a little bit more spreading over on these guys. Yeah. What's up, babe?
Tazzer says, I feel like they could have had most definitely another season or two to wrap things up at a better pace.
Yeah, like, I don't know, it's...
Also, yes, for a prequel, there should be out next year, and they've already started filming.
Really? Same actors and stuff, or...? Because it's strange that we started rewatching the first episode last night, and it was just odd to see them...
So young.
So young, yeah. I mean, not that just about all of them haven't aged fantastically, but it's just weird to be like, the passage of time. And so as I keep adding new layers, I just want to keep adding it a little bit further in. And so we'll place that one right there. And then we'll feed it through. You can actually see we're getting a really cool spread on the sides.
Yes, I think Kelly's right. The guys who created the Game of Thrones series, they're also doing a Star Wars series.
Really? Busy. JC asks, I was wondering if you have a tutorial on wire wrapping a ring with a cabochon. I personally don't, but there are a lot of people out there who have really good tutorials already. And that's something I've been running into lately, is just feeling very much like, it's already been done. Like, I shouldn't, because I don't want to step on anybody's toes, by making a design that's similar to theirs or similar to something that they have a tutorial on already, or just, but it's also getting very much to the point that it's like, I miss it. Like, I miss just crafting without feeling like, I've got people breathing down my neck for, being like, finally something good. Like, I don't know. I can't complain too much. But you can see it's starting to get these nice little textures. And I'm going to see if I can't pass it through one more time without disrupting it. But whenever we feed this through, that completely erased it. Drat. Okay. So I'll have to try that again. I forget what I was talking about. That's okay. I can't even think over how loud that air conditioner is. Like, is it really bad for you guys? Tanya asks, have you sculpted a dragon out of clay? I have not. Well, unless my Spyro head counts, that's the closest I've gotten to sculpting a dragon, but I haven't made, like, a full dragon. Shireen asks, first time here, hey! Learned so much when you became a patron. Oh, right on. I'm retired. Did a lot of crafting in my lifetime. Now I have the time and want to make jewelry. Right on. Well, we're glad to have you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to pass this through until I get lots of cool crinklies at the sides. This honestly works a lot better with a bit older or drier of a clay. Right on. Well, that's good to know. Okay, cool. Cami says, can you mix leather dyes to get the colors you want? Also, when you use color shift on leather, what do you use before and after on the leather so it doesn't crack and come off? You can mix dyes. I just recommend keeping type by type. And I'll do this later, guys. We'll just do a regular mix today. So like, I wouldn't recommend mixing a water-based and an oil-based dye. Just, I don't think it would... I don't know if you'd be able to get consistent results, though the result that you get might be what you're looking for. Now, when I'm doing the color shift on leather, I use an oil dye first, just because a little goes a long way, just to give it a nice solid black base color. Or you could use whatever stain, really, to give it the base color that you want. And then I'll come through, see, that's what I was looking for. Then you'll go through and, apply the paints. And then I use acrylic Resin, which is basically like Fibing's version of Super Sheen or Satin Sheen. And I'll finish it just like I had used a regular dye. Now, I don't recommend doing that color shift for anything like a strap or over a boot or something that's going to have a lot of flex going on, because, it might crack and wear off. But for like a corset or an armor piece, I've had great results. Laura says, did you ever have problems with your pasta machine and its handle constantly falling off? Did you do something with yours? I got mine from Michael's. Maybe I need a better one. No, it constantly falls out all the time too. I've just kind of gotten into the habit of just kind of like checking it. Now, you can put a little piece of like electrical tape over the handle, and that will make it a little bit snugger. That way you don't have to worry about it falling out all the time as much. I just figure it's a little bit of mobility training. It's inconvenient, but I'll deal with it if it keeps falling out. So now we have our nice big piece of clay. And let me see. There's my bra on the table. Seriously? Do we got somebody hollering for armpits again? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm honored by the presence of the armpit troll. Please kindly go yourself. No, sorry. Okay, I need a minute. What? Is this the same person or somebody else? I personally don't shave my armpits. I have Randy do it for me. No. And that's why they look like a woolly mammoth. Amber. Okay. I forget what I was doing. Y'all made me brain fart so hard. Hey, Nicole, how's it going? I guess this is a thing now. Gosh, I should bottle my armpits and sell them. I could retire. Randy says that's what he's been telling me to do for years. Okay, that's what I'm getting is freezer paper. I'll be right back. Oh. Also, I'm taking a minute to put my shirt over the air conditioner. Oh yeah. I think I got sunburn outside again, Randy. This is bullcrap. I need to just completely invest in SPF 50 clothing, like, and just have that be all I wear ever again anymore. Because it's like I figure out why I'm feverish all the time is because I've got like a low-grade sunburn. Jim. No, a shaved Randy is a sad Randy. Is a pokey Randy, actually. Okay, so my favorite thing to use, you guys, for a lot of stuff in the craft room is just freezer paper. Just with armpit trolls charge of premium. Don't tempt me. Dude, my career will degenerate so quickly. Not that it probably isn't anyways, but I did. Teresa asks, where's the best place to buy your clay? Since I really only work with black in bulk, I get that from Fire Mountain Gems. Um, no, but then I'm gonna have to like seriously take pictures of my armpits, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like,
What's the size of your Ursula print?
11 by 17 or 11 by 14. I think it's 11 by 14.
It might be 11 by 14.
Okay. Yeah, Polymer Clay Superstore is a really good one. But it's also really, if you can get it on sale or with coupons, being able to go to a craft store is really nice because, I don't know, it gets me out of the house. Is that leather or clay? Asks Leona. This is clay that we're working with, but the same paint that I'm going to be using, we can use on leather also. Okay, so freezer paper has a papery side and a waxy side. I like to use the waxy side for polymer clay, though when I'm working with leather, I like to use the papery side. Because it's a little absorbent, it just wicks off some of the extra dye and keeps me from making as big of a mess. So now we've got our big old sheet. And I'm going to be going through with this little wire brush.
Ah, there you go.
Huh.
They know what's up.
What's up?
Fun. You can always take a picture of the back of your knee or elbow pin.
Oh!
Trolls.
I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that. Like, that's a slippery slope into, like, crazy weird fetish land that I just don't think I want to go. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, how do I explain that? Like,
11 by 14.
it's 11 by 14 is my print, to answer that question. But how do I explain that to, like, you know, my 8-year-old niece? To be like, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so I'm going to try to save as much of this texturing that you probably can't see because it's off camera. Hey, Tracy, we're doing great. We actually are, I think, doing really well today. And so, yeah, this texturing there, I'm going to try to save as much as possible, but I am going to try to get a better camera angle. Postcard size? No, it's big. It's like, it's bigger than this.
What you got? What three houses?
Right there in that clear tote that's on the floor that I never put away. So I'm gonna just start dragging this from a central point across all of my clay. So you can kind of see, maybe that's showing. Ah.
Roughly this big.
Which one's this? Oh, this is my fairy one.
Yeah, but it's roughly the same size.
Yeah, so this is my fairy fly print that we have up, but it's that big. They sell, it is a standard frame size that they sell at like Walmart, Target, like anywhere that sells picture frames. But yeah,
Here's
yay!
a standard piece of paper.
Oh, this is like just computer card stock for
Here's my
reference.
hand for reference.
Yeah. Thank you, baby. Can you take that back? Thank you, honey. Yeah, a Randy for reference. But, and I'm going to come through and I'm going to do a little bit of cross hatching. But just like little starbursts. Just kind of randomly about the clay. Also this afternoon, well, I was about to say that I'll be shooting the second part of my monster vlog, but, or episode 3, but
Yeah,
we're actually going to,
doing that in clay form.
what's that?
The fairy.
No. Oh man, that'd be cool though. I'm actually gonna take this off. We're going to one of our good friends' graduation today. Okay, Randy, we need to get rid of this armpit guy.
Again? I already did.
Well, we got somebody else. I actually got proposed to the other day on Instagram. I wonder if it's the same person. Careful, if you're persistent, I might just give in. But yeah, so you can see, and we got some little like crumblies. Well, that's okay. Just peck right off.
Bye, Sam.
Bye, Sam. Thanks for popping in. Hey, music. Okay, so now we're gonna pull out.
Oof, that's heavy.
The paint drawer. Dun dun dun. Scooch that over yonder. Why do I have that stuck in my head? Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta find a thing. Dang, there you are. Ooh, air conditioning. It was clear lip gloss. I know. I'm a little tentacle now. Okay, so this is just a bottle of regular water. How is your dog now? Leslie, both of the dogs are doing really good. We pickled Z. We just, socked him in, put your gloves, in apple cider vinegar, and I think that it really helped his skin fungal infection, or whatever was going on. Hey baby, may I have some paper towels? Actually we've got some folded up pads right there. But they could also work for this too. Oh, gloves that fit? What?
But steel is more than feathers.
Steel is more than feathers. No, sass the squatch, baby. Okay, I am gloving up just because I do have to go out into public for a graduation thingy later today. Are we still getting questions and stuff, Randy?
No.
Really? They just don't want to talk to me anymore.
So they talk about armpits, fireworks.
Oh, fireworks? Ooh, I'm gonna have to get more of this. I'm almost out. It's feeling quite light. Where'd my purple go? Purple. Purple. Where the heck is? I guess I'll use this purple maybe. And this one. Okay. Also, I do really like these Lumiere ones. Do what?
That black clay reminds me of sushi.
Ooh.
Like seaweed.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just coming through and dropping. Because these are actually my favorite to use, the little bottles. Like this, which I believe on Amazon they're listed as like the Lumiere starter pack. But that way I'm not having to stick my hands in anything. And I really like the Halo ones, but I am going to use a little bit of, this is pearlized emerald. But this way, once my hands get dirty, I don't have to worry about recontaminating my paint.
Carol Edwards says, we got wild turkeys in the city right now in front of our door.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, I think we would have turkeys at that point if they were wild.
Yeah. This is the Inference Violet, which I think is really cool. And apparently I hadn't opened it yet. I think I was just taking the entire cap off. Do you want to read me comments? Or? Oh, you've got some coming. Okay. Is there a difference between surgical steel and 301 surgical steel? There is, though oftentimes it's not listed. I think, gosh, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but like 304 to 311 alloys of surgical steel contain nickel, which kind of defeats the purpose. But just do research into it a bit. Like, it's nothing a bit of Googling won't help you with. Okay, so now I'm just coming through making a mess. Stop, stop, stop. Stop it, stop it, stop, stop, stop.
Kill Bill. That sounds like it.
That is the song from Kill Bill. Okay, that's what it is. yeah, just pat that all over the place. There we go. I'm gonna towel off the extra, but I prefer using the gloves because that's all I'm wasting. And now we're gonna
What do you ask for Christmas?
What's that? Ooh, okay. Natasha says, do you have a cup burr or wide rounder set? I've been eyeing out the Dremel ones on Amazon. The hand tool works okay in my driver, but an actual set would be nice. I have a cup burr. But it's like a handheld one. It honestly never occurred to me to put it in my Dremel. It's like a handheld one. Why don't you just use Perlex powders? Because what we're doing here, if you can kind of see, let me make sure I have enough off of my hands, is by spritzing the water on, we're getting a lifting and spreading of the colors in the acrylic blend. So see how it's kind of happening, and so this is why, for this technique, I'm not using pearl powders. So see how that's kind of coming out? And the colors lift and separate out while leaving kind of a golden shimmer behind. Leslie? Thanks. Oh, I missed a spot. Let's see if we can't drag some over here. But yeah, and then so once this dries, we'll be able to kind of mess with it a little bit more. I'm actually gonna, because if you squirt real hard up and close, you can see how it leaves like patches of like black that will then settle in.
Of course, Jim is smack that clay.
Smack that, and then you can kind of dab it in, but it's just, I don't know.
More questions.
Okay, let me get this positioned and turn around, and while this dries, and actually while we get a little bit more clay conditioned, we'll do Q&A time some more. Why are you lopsided? Just not even gonna worry about it. Hey, Juliana in Scotland. Nerd Girl Adventures says, I've missed playtime so much. Honestly, me too.
Nerd Girl Adventures is listening without sound, but just watching.
Oh, really? Ah!
So she's like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'll rewatch it later and figure it out.
Well, now she'll be able to. Ah, space. Okay, I had to push the table over. But now, I can turn this.
We got questions about the booty.
Give me a minute. You beautiful butt cheeks. Sorry, I shouldn't objectify him like that. Okay, so, gosh, the whole thing's just leaning. Though, okay. So we have that. We have. Why do you use black? Oh, okay. Candace says, I just was a little dependent using this technique to make dragon scales. Ooh, Candace. Shireen asks, what kind of paint? These are Lumiere Halo paints and pearlescent paints by Jacquard. Maybe. There it goes. As well as fluid acrylics, Deco Art Media. These are really cool. And we can actually do one on. Let's do I guess I could pull from not the bottom of the stack. Let's do some on the translucent Primo with little bits of purple pearl mixed in.
Got like 6 more questions.
I know, I'm looking at them. J-Max asked, why do you use black clay? Is it better to paint on? Do you use water-based paint? It is water-based paint. I'm not sure how something solvent-based would behave with the polymer clay compound. And also, I don't know, I use what I trust sometimes whenever I know what results I need to get. And I brain farted again. And even though the air conditioner is like roaring, it's not hitting me, so it's still hot in here. But yeah, I just like the black as a nice solid neutral background, and I think it really makes things pop. But I'll do an example here then of, we'll do the same color mix, but on like a purple background, and we'll see how that goes. Are you using alcohol inks and acrylic paints for this? Right now, just acrylic paints. The alcohol inks I found, I feel like their beauty is wasted on the black paint, whereas with something lighter, like this translucent that I'm working with, that would be much more appropriate for alcohol inks. Sorry. Fairies and Flutterby says, where did you guys get your mannequins for your booth? We got the full 3D mannequins from Amazon, and then we got the clamshell mannequins from Store Supply Warehouse on eBay. They were having a special that was like free shipping, so it was like $120 for like 10 to 12 clamshell mannequins, like complete with the hooks and everything. And that was like 8 years ago, so definitely worth the investment. Cami says, I'm doing my first 2-day event. How do you recommend locking up / securing your products overnight? Randy and I call it the magical cloths of non-stealing.
It depends on where you are first.
Yeah, a lot of it depends on where you are. If it's an outdoor street festival, we'd put the sides up on our tent and zip everything shut nice and tight. Usually we try to, verify that there will be security on premise. And, well, we've never had any problems at outdoor street festivals with thieves. Weather is always a factor to keep in mind. So nobody wants to completely have to break their booth down and then set it up again in the morning, but better safe than sorry. Whereas at indoor events, again, we just drape it with the magical cloths of non-stealing. If they're going to be locking up the room, which is like vital, they have got to lock up the room. We're like, no. I don't trust just one security guard to keep track of all of this, because if somebody, has a mind to. And then also, again, we've never had as much stolen except for by like convention center staff. The ones who go through after the room is shut down and empty the trash cans at night when there's nobody in there. Now, granted, again, this was ages ago, and procedures kind of changed since then. Like, they'll empty the trash cans, at the end of the day before all the dealers and everybody are out of there. Hey, Ursa, great to see you in the live chat. As it dries, will it change color more? A little bit. It won't change color as much as the separation will just continue developing. When you shop for cabochons, what is the factors you look for? If it's a stone like labradorite that I know I want to have a specific effect in it, like a nice color shifting in the labradorite, a nice banding in a tiger's eye, no like dyed, lines in my rose quartz. Once I've looked for those things, I always shop whenever I'm online with a ruler directly on hand, or cabochons that I know the size of. Like, I'll have a 30 by 22 millimeter cab. I'll have a 14 by 20, or whatever, like, standard sizes that there are. And that way, whenever I'm on eBay, it does not matter how beautiful and big that cabochon looks. If they don't have a specific size in millimeters or, whatever listed, I won't buy it. Because too many times have I gotten something thinking it'll be a good pendant size, and it shows up and it's like the size of the tip of my pinky. And I'm like, this is horrible. This is not what I was hoping for. So just crank it through. What kind of chisel do you use for scratching your dragon eyes? It was just a, like the chisel tip of like a wood carving tool. Though a sharp pocket knife or something would also work. Yeah, it's like about a centimeter wide, that chisel head was. Karen asks, even with acrylic paint, I thought it was just alcohol inks.
Shoot, right?
I'm not sure what she's asking, but Maxine says water ruins the bonding power of acrylic paint. There's a medium made to help it the flow, and it would leave the bonding power intact. Just FYI. That's really cool to know. Let's test it real quick. Because now, if I weren't doming these with resin, I'd be a little bit more worried. But you can see, even through bending and stuff, this is holding up pretty well. Like, oh, I got some splitting from where I cut it too deep. But I'm pretty pleased with just using the water. I'll have to test it though and see how the flow medium behaves after being baked. I'm not sure if that, what would be up with that. Because again, I just don't know how any solvents would behave. How long will it take to dry? You could use a hair dryer on a low setting to expedite the drying time. That's a really good idea. You'll need to keep in mind whenever you do that, you will get movement. Which if that's what you're going for, go for it. But I'm a little too impatient, and in the past I've put fans and stuff on the clay, and it just, it blows all the water and paint kind of in a direction, which was a cool effect, but not what I was going for. Now what would be wise would be for me to take and set this out in the sunlight. Would you consider doing some tutorials on how to macrame? Yeah, I think so, especially with because I feel like as far as like basic like square knot stuff, I don't have a whole lot to contribute, except for the methods that I like to use for incorporating chain at the like how to have it transition from macrame to like having it be attached to chain or like binding off the ends. That's something that I felt like I'd kind of found my own way on and would really love to share that. And so here you can see that translucent is getting just a little bit of that color in it. Vicky says, you need a personal person to cab for you. My sister-in-law is a great stone cabber. Ooh, that would be cool. What type of wire do you need to use to get the silver color patina, not copper color? Parawire does have some really great silver tones. I like the titanium silver plated copper core because it gives the look of oxidized sterling silver but at a fraction of the price, and it's still safe for people with metal allergies, in my experience at least.
Erin says she meant, does the acrylic paint turn to mud colors?
Oh, it can. If you mix too heavy-handedly, the acrylic will turn to mud colors. And that's why I kind of do all the mixing and splatting first and then spritz the water. Well, it looks super lopsided sideways on me there on that one. Okay, so this is one of my favorite ways of getting that kind of textured effect. But we'll worry about that. I think in a future tutorial, I need to figure out how to get consistent results with it first. And it's such a beautiful day, I just wish it weren't so hot. Okay, I'm going to feed the rest of this translucent clay through. Because we got this purple kind of happening, and so now I'm going to try to get a cool marble effect before rolling this out and doing the color on it. Let me see if we can't... Got this. I'm knocking stuff over. Yeah, there we go. We should be able to... Nope, it won't hold up under its own weight. Okay. I've got this other tripod over here, and it doesn't want to hold up. But maybe it will. No, I'm not going to mess about with it right now. Oh yeah, today's giveaway. Gosh, it's been 50 minutes already. Are you kidding me? Okay. Tabby says, I know you make a lot of your own cabochons, but do you also buy them or strictly use your own? For our Patreon craft-along kits, I strictly use my own because I feel like that's kind of what people are paying for. And if I were going out and buying them, that just kind of, like, I don't want to just redistribute things that I had purchased in my craft-along kits because at that point, you could have saved money and just gone and bought the thing. I want to give you guys something that you can't get anywhere else, and that way, you know, I feel like it makes it a little bit more special. It adds value to our craft-along kits. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Give away. Okay, so I am going to flip this around so that you guys can see. Yeah, again, this is something that I've found, especially with that green and stuff, and the purple and the golds. I drink any kind of coffee, so long as it has Italian sweet cream creamer in it. So long as it fits in my body. But yeah, so as it continues to dry, we'll get really dense coloration there. If you guys want, I'll post to our patrons. Haha, shameless plug. Once it's completely dry so that you guys can see what it looks like. And I'll probably end up posting it to like Instagram also, but patrons will get the first look at it. So, shameless plug, go give me $1, I'll show you pictures. I'm so sorry that I'm like this, you guys. I just have like bills and crap. Like, I'm so sorry that I'm like this. Not sorry enough to stop, clearly. I'm gonna go over here by the love of my life if I can get all these shoes out of the way. Give me $1, I'll make you holler. Let me go grab the thing that they're giving away. That we're giving away. I'll be right back. Oof.
Yeah, you guys can probably hear the air conditioner a little bit better now that you're like in the jet stream of it. I know, I'm kind of frozen.
I'm like boot sweat.
That's nice.
You're nice. I just want them to know what I'm doing for
Do
them.
you?
Yeah.
Do you?
I could have been pants off in front of the air conditioner, but I decided to hang out with them. Because I love you guys. Okay. Well, thank you. Love the channel, 2 bits to help with bills. Well, thank you so much. You could have pledged that over on Patreon and gotten something for your money, don't
You could have seen pictures.
And then you could have seen pictures. This is what we're giving away. It's what we made in Tuesday's live stream. And not gonna lie, whenever I finished it and looked at it, I was like, this is pretty rough. So I hope whoever gets it, if you want to rewrap it, I won't be offended. But it would be really cool. I don't know. Doing the giveaway. To have participated, you'll need to have left a comment on Tuesday's live stream. Mandy. Okay. But too late if you didn't comment. Pick a winner, Randy.
All right.
We're using the YouTube random comment picker on the internet.
We started at 121 individual comments. And as of right now, we are at...
Come on, slow internet. You can do it.
142.
142.
Nice. All right, here we go.
Click your boot. Man, you gave up fast.
Yeah, I did.
McKenna Hurwitz says, love you guys. We love you too, McKenna. Congratulations. If you would like this shipped to you, please send me your shipping address on what's my email address? backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com.
Is it?
Is it? Right on. Oh, thank you. But yeah, congratulations, McKenna. And we actually, y'all would be so proud of me. Can I leave this by you real quick?
Sure.
Thanks. I don't want to lose it. We got our giveaway winners shipped off yesterday too. So that was.
Gosh, no, that wasn't yesterday.
Was it the day before?
It was the day before.
Oh gosh, it's been a minute. But yeah, so we're really excited.
Speaking of,
What's up? Now, I'm not gonna leave just yet. I know it's been an hour, but I've been taking a long time. So I'm gonna lower this down so you guys can see. Beep, 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 beep. Did craft crates get shipped? They did. Are they still sitting on the porch?
Yeah, on the porch.
Ah, blast! Curse my eyes.
Like, do you want to show them how many's out there?
Yes. So I wonder what's been up. Oh no! Oh, Mandy said you pronounced my name wrong. Oh, you had me for a second there. I was actually worried I'd pronounced your name wrong. So let me get this turned around.
Well, we don't gotta show them like too much, just the stack.
That's the stack. Full of boxes. That big. Turn it sideways so they can see our logo. Because we stamp our logo on everything. Yeah, for trying to have people's privacy and stuff. But yeah, so that
each box is full
to the brim.
To the top.
We made chonky boxes this month. Yeah, they need to stay inside until. But we're having a little bit of a spite battle with our mailman because, granted, I didn't have pants on, but I was running down from upstairs because he was in our yard, and I was like, wait, and then I grabbed something off the table and I was running back out because I was like stumbling trying to put pants on, and guy booked it like hard, ran so fast because I'm not particularly fast, but man, he used his ninja speed and rolled a 20 in like vanished.
Rushed, dropped the mail, like didn't even put it in the box, just kind of threw it at the porch.
And then ran.
And then back out, shut the gate, jumped in his little mail van.
And was gone.
Down the road.
And I was like, please take my mail. So now we're like, haha, we scheduled the pickups and he's gonna have to take like a bunch of boxes. But I don't understand why he would do that. Probably because they're spiteful, hateful people though. Yeah, just adding in little bits of translucent. Getting that stuff folded over. And specifically why I'm not good at doing caning and stuff is because I'm super messy. What's up, babe? But yeah, I want you guys to be able to see the difference between different colors as the basis. And I am rolling it through on the thickest setting on our pasta machine. Pasta.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
I don't know.
McKenna? This was purple pearl mixed with translucent. So I'm not gonna lie, the pearl part of it is pretty lost to the ages, but I still really like that tone. I think it'll show up really nicely. And also, this is feathering really nicely on the sides. So I might be able to do the texture that I wanted to show y'all. What's up, babe? Actually, let me get this turned around.
McKenna one.
Yes.
Like, let them know.
McKenna one. Like, can you spell the name to me?
Did already.
Oh, really?
I don't think people realize that Randy Vaughn is me.
Okay, yeah, Randy Vaughn is my other half. One cute fella sitting behind me. So I'm actually going to come through. I'm going to chop this off. I'm going to slice just across because I want to save all this stuff. Oops. Actually, where's something I can use? looking for. Okay. So now that we've removed all of this texturing, I'm actually going to line it up on the same side that we cut it from. And we've got our little bit of marbling. And I'm just going to lay this one in on the other side. Do it, love?
Laura Van Allen, you are all taken care of.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you could hear him, Laura, but Randy says, Laura Van Allen, you are all taken care of. And now, just for management purposes, or making this more manageable, I am going to cut it into little bits, like 4 little sections. Just because since the clay is distributed unevenly, it's going to do some weird stuff going through the pasta machine. So let's get this turned around, like so. Gotta figure out how to position it so that it's not hitting the tripod. There we go. And since there's more clay on this end, I'm going to be feeding this end first. And see how we get that twisting and stuff? On a longer piece, that would have been a complete nightmare. But now, you can see we've got all those little lines and things, and a little bit of texturing, so I'm going to set that down. And something that would have been a good idea, too, to get a little bit less warping, would have been to have sent it through on a thinner setting first. Oh, no, that just didn't work out, though. Great. But yeah, if I had started where, like, both layers were a little bit thinner. So which one do I like better? I like this one better. So I'm going to flip that over. Position this. Layer that on that. And just experimenting with trying to capture as many of these lines as possible. Well, flood buckets. Okay. That didn't work out like at all like how I wanted to. But we are getting a cool color, so that works. Gotcha. Now also, I could prime this a little bit by rolling it first with like an acrylic roller, if I knew where mine was. So that's a thing. But yeah, that just, it split more than I wanted it to. Okay, well the first one worked out-ish. You alright, Will?
Yeah, it's just...
Something else that I really like to do as the base layer for these painted cabs like this is Skinner blends. I always think that looks pretty cool. There we go. Do it. What?
I've already closed.
Oh, really? Oops. Step my knuckle in. Okay, so now on these ones that don't have much texture of their own, I'll just be going through and adding in, with the wire brush, same as what we did on this one. But on this guy, I'm going to leave it blank. Yeah, let's get another look at how this is drying. Really love that tense green over yonder. And then since my table's not even, you can see I'm getting puddling on one side. So I'm just going to put this back in, and then hopefully the camera will catch. And we can just get some cool drag effect. Down that way. Pull up that tape. Ooh. Yeah, and just kind of, I don't mind a little bit of runoff. And we'll get to see and maybe do a little bit more just to break up some of those lines. Oh no, don't you dare start up flat earthing, Randy. Gosh darn it.
I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. I know you're encouraging this behavior and you ought to stop. I can't even pretend to be scolding you. Michelle asks, do you bake your clay in an oven or a toaster oven? I bake in both, though more often than not we're doing such large quantities that I'll just bake in my personal oven. I haven't died yet, so it seems to be working. What the flirt?
It's Derpy.
That's her personally?
No, that's what she keeps posting.
Oh yeah, I kind of like it.
No.
Yeah, that's my kind of party. Derpy knows how we roll. Alright, also this one's got like a hole in it. I am going to just blend this one in with the other one. Ha, failed experiments, oh well. So I'm going to let you guys watch paint dry. Ooh. Ah. Okay.
What are you doing? Come from underneath me.
So now we get to see how this would look. Right on. Adam says, received my live stream spoils. Thanks again. I'm going to give it to my mother as a rearview mirror decoration for her truck. Oh, that would be so cool. Alright, gloving back up. Do you do vinyl? I have a friend that makes bracelets from old albums. Ooh, I don't, or I haven't, but that sounds cool. Sorry, I was just checking to see. I think I just put my glove on inside out. So all the dirty paint side is now all over my hand. Yeah. How large of a quantity do you make at a time? We make about 600 cabochons a month. So like we can do like, I can fit anywhere from like 50 to 100 on a tray depending on the size. But yeah, we don't stop until we hit 600 or 700. And even then here lately we've been just running out. So gonna have to up that number. I'm gonna tear off just a little bit more freezer paper. I've tried using wax paper, but that stuff's actually still pretty permeable as far as like water and stuff goes.
Is that how they get stained for?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm learning. But it usually, like, we'll spend, like, a couple of days just making the cabochons, and then we'll spend the next, like, 2 or 3 weeks doming resin on them. That's honestly the most time-intensive part. What's up, babe? And also, usually I do it a little bit more systematically. Um, is this something for the craft crates or Etsy? Both, Jennifer. We've actually started carrying the craft along kits on Etsy also. Like, we only have like 5 to 10 of them available, but it's just something for if somebody didn't get in time, or maybe they really liked it and they went double. Um, or you just don't really want to do the whole Patreon thing, which I totally get. Whereas you can purchase on Etsy and then it's shipped anywhere between like the same day. Sometimes it'll be like 3 days later if it's like on a weekend or if we just can't get our butts in under us. But I really like the Etsy format because it's payment goes through, your shipping information is there, there's no confusion, there's no anything. It's nice and easy. But the difference is on Etsy is we do require folks pay shipping. Whereas on Patreon, we cover the shipping. But that's, kind of our bit of a thank you for, consistent support on Patreon or even just single month support. We appreciate it.
Feels that way, Jim. On a Randy's Cab Company.
A little bit. It's taken over. It's almost all we do. And I was so excited because we were going to try to get a kiln. And we went to Creative Glass Studio in Springfield, and they gave us a tour and were great about answering a lot of our questions. And it's just our house is current electrical wiring cannot support running a kiln. We would burn our goofy asses down. So there's that. Do you still use double-sided tape? I just use the single side for making the cabs.
Oh, okay. That would be Aerodani Studios.
Who dat?
The friend who has a booth at the Georgia Ren Fair.
Yeah.
They're going to stop by this weekend and make sure they buy something from them.
For sure. Be sure to tell them that we said hey and that they are the coolest. Okay, so this is the same exact color blend as what we did on
Then he spelled Aerodani.
Aradani.
Aradani.
Mm-hmm. Except for I completely forgot to put on the Inference Violet. We'll do that next. Yeah. Honestly, the thing that takes the longest about the resin is we use a 24-hour cure resin. And, well, that takes 24 hours, so... Actually, I pop them off at about the 16-hour mark, but I'm having to learn to be patient because I've ruined some batches that way. Now, I do personally really prefer this Inference Violet on a darker clay because I feel like it shows up a little better. Excuse me.
No, Tabby, we don't do conventions in Florida. That's just too far.
It is a long drive to Florida. Now come on, you little crumblies. I was bad and did not wipe off my crumblies first, and now they're getting in everything.
Tracy, it's not a matter of where the kiln in the house would sit. It's a matter of plugging it into the wall.
Yeah, plugging it into the wall would burn our house down. Because we still have the tube wiring, like super thick copper tubing, and the whole house is run off of 4 fuses. So we don't even have like a proper breaker where we could just add in another breaker and designate that. It's a bit of a mess. So that's gonna have to take a back burner. So that was, I'm not gonna lie, I was heartbroken. But I'm hoping that if I go and take a bunch of fused glass classes anyways, we might be able to potentially rent kiln time, and make the fused glass in their kiln and then send it out. So, I don't know, with glass, the whole point of having the kiln is to regulate the temperature. It's very finicky because you want to get the glass to where it's heated to the same temperature all the way through, and then you hold it there for a certain amount of time, and then you control the cooling of it. And I think with a wood-burning kiln, I don't know if I would be able to get consistent results with that. I think that would be really difficult. But again, that could just be my own ignorance speaking. So purple base and on a black base. So you can see it definitely gets different results. And I'll post pictures whenever they're all dry and stuff. I'll post pictures of when they're all dry and stuff. But I am really liking that. I need to get all those little goopy goos out of there. I don't think so. It still shows me is up. What's up? Well, I mean, a lot of it doesn't just rely on my signal, but their signal as well. So, what about using a generator? Good investment for electrical outings too. We do have a generator. It's just, I don't know. It's the way that the guy made it sound whenever he was answering our questions. Is it sometimes the kiln has to be run for like 24 hours. And I just don't know about running, because we live in town too, and the noise that would make to run a generator. I don't know. It's a possibility, but also we have to keep in mind, like I want to remind you guys that Randy and I, while we are supposed to be inheriting this house, it's still not in our name yet. And so we don't know how we feel about putting money into it until to get things rewired and do all of the laundry list of things that need fixed into this house to make it I don't want to say livable because we're living in it and have been for 6 years, but it's like the house needs resided. It needs insulation. There's no insulation in the walls. And it's like if we get the insulation filled in, then do we replace the windows? Because those are so drafty. Like it's in the middle of the room, we can have a candle in any of the rooms and the flame will be dancing at all times, especially if it's a windy day. But yeah, it's super drafty house. Right? Yeah, that's what we were thinking, Lily. The ceramic folks that we had talked to had said that there was possible risk of like contamination between having like glass in a kiln as well as ceramics in a kiln. I don't know if it's the fumes from some of the glasses reacting with the glazes, or I don't know. And that's so much of this is just my own ignorance, and I feel like I don't want to be like a negative Nancy and a naysayer, but it's like there's so much that I'm like I don't even know anything about anything to do with this, and it's like where do I even begin? And then we were worried. We were like, if and when we do inherit this home, oh, see, I don't even know, Melly, if it would be considered a historic home because it's had so much work done on it. Like kind of temporary fixes that have just become permanent over time. A propane kiln would be really cool. I have no ideas. Like I have no idea. But we're like, if and when we do inherit this home, do we sell it? Do we try to fix it up and sell it? Do we sell it as is? Like, you know, I have no idea, and it gets so overwhelming and so like don't even know where to begin that I just stick my head in the sand and keep crafting. So there's that. Not a good solution, I know, but it's we're working with what we've got for the time. So right on. Shannon says my teen sons make fused glass slabs in the microwave in a small microwave kiln. Now that's an idea. I wonder how that, or how long do you have to leave the microwave going for? What white liquid? You're so busy with crafting, so it wouldn't be wise to redo it. Is exactly what we were thinking, Shannon, and it's like, we're pretty overwhelmed just with running the business right now, that we're like, in a different life, maybe, Randy and I could have been home flippers or something, but there's too much other stuff, pulling our attention. And it's like, I'm not even out of debt yet. Like, I can't even consider any of this stuff until I've got my student loan paid off, because I'm not a free person. I am still existing in a state of indentured servitude until that is paid off. Just because, wow, they're reaming us on the interest. Yeah, and we'd have to move it. We're just like, well, this is life. Hopefully we don't die. You know, as soon as, you know, possible. can you seal flowers in glass? I've seen that done. Now that would be not kiln work, but like layering little pieces of glass together and then like almost stained glass techniques with like soldering around the edges. Yeah, well, thanks, Shannon. And honestly, Randy and I's dream home, I'm not gonna lie, is like a big metal-sided, metal-roofed steel building, like a pole building, with concrete floors and uh, like plugins and lights in the ceiling, where like light comes from, like lights, I guess, like shop lights, and like
A house with modern electricity?
yeah, or not even. I just want a workshop with like a loft that we can sleep, like a loft and a mini kitchen. Because all we do is work, you guys. I'm not even exaggerating. Uh, do not microwave your clay, Kelly. That does not work for polymer clay. Um, right? But no, just like most people would think that it looks like not an aircraft building, but like just a big pole building.
We can make use of the aircraft.
We could make use. I could fill it up with my crap. Wow, really, Shannon? We might have to look into that. But yeah, just like an aircraft hangar, like a small aircraft hangar, barn building. Yeah, if it could be sealed to the elements, that'd be fantastic. 'Cause I'm so tired of the ceiling leaking every time it rains here. Not every time, just like most of the time. But yeah, just like with like a loft that we can sleep in, and like, yep, I'm having that built on my property, a small house and a huge work room. Natalie, you are a creature after my own heart, and I want to see pictures because that is our dream. We want like, actually, I can find pictures. Do you guys want to see? I'm gonna show you. Okay, enough crafting. Let's talk about where I want to live forever. You're my friends. I want to show them. What time do we have to go to graduation?
Well, if you're going to shower before we go.
I'm not gonna shower. They can just smell me.
Well, I'm going to shower before we go.
That's fair. Okay, so I was designing our dream property. So okay, and this is of course once we've won the lottery and like all of that, you know.
We just have a real gambling problem.
Yeah, we've got a gambling problem. We forget to buy tickets. Rolling this down. So, oh, that's the ceiling still. As you hear me, yeah, you can hear him. So he's so done with my shit, you guys. Okay, this is not to scale, by the way. Just saying that. What?
No. You should explain to them how you explained to me that it was all to scale, and then I was like, but what about this? None of this is to scale.
I don't know what he's talking about. So yeah, the north is that way. That was established. But like the main house would be like, you know, a 2-bedroom, you know, 1.5 bath. Like the kitchen, living room, dining area is all like just one room. Like not, I don't want it so big that it takes a full day to clean it. Like I want a small little house that like cozy, you know, but with a screened in wraparound front porch. Like if it could have windows that you can open that have screens, that way it would be a little bit of like a conservatory, like I don't know, greenhouse maybe. And then off to the side, and this is all like covered walkway, like a pergola style with like lush Grecian grapes or something hanging down. But that's my garden shed and chicken coop or the chicken yard. Like I want the whole thing like this big donut with like a bathhouse style water garden in the center where I can frolic around naked and the neighbors won't see me. But yeah, garden shed and chicken coop. There's a little gate there where I can be like, bark, bark, chickens. Because I want to be sitting here and have my chickens over here with a fence in between us so they can't beat me up and take my coffee anymore. And then go around this way. Craft building 1. You can see it. I wrote very specifically. And this would be like leather sewing, polymer clay, resin, wire wrapping, chainmail, like the clean crafty things ish. Resin gets really iffy on how clean or not it is. And then this is, we want like this is where the orchard and goats and stuff would be. Yeah, they bite my teeth. The chickens do, Tashers, because they fucking love. Sorry, not to cuss, but they love coffee. So
It makes you go fast.
it makes them go fast
And poop eggs.
and poop eggs. But yeah, that's where like any goats and other livestock and stuff would be in the orchard. You know, like all like 2 trees probably. Craft building 2, this is where the dirty, loud stuff is. So any woodworking stuff for Randy, this is where we'd be doing like the smelting and stuff. Now also getting into metalworking and lamp glass, this gets a little bit more complicated too. So there might be like 2 rooms in that building. And then this, we're gonna have like a shed with like a gym and yoga studio, because Randy and I are chonky, and we have ambitions to be less chonky, but I do want to have some place where I can do like my aerial yoga inside, instead of just hanging myself from my silks out in front of the neighbors and feeling ridiculous, because I see people online and they're like all mermaid, fairy elegance, and I'm there like a walrus laying on the beach, just enjoying myself thoroughly. But
I got it.
but no, this is, and there'd be like a little fire pit, and this would be like, so basically my temple room with like a Bowflex in it, more or less, honestly. And then in each of these areas in between would be like little gardens where we could go and like be out in the woods. Holy crap, Lily! Aw.
Stop. Please stop.
Lily, thank you so much. Like, seriously. And this is something that hopefully one day we'll get to build this and take you guys with us. And then have, like, Randy Von Con, where you guys can come and we can set shit on fire in the fire and, like, bathe naked under the stars. No, dude, if people came to my house to hang out with me, you best bet I'm getting my tits out and bathing naked under the stars. That's how I party.
Not a panel we're going to do. At Randy Von Con.
Why not? Happy naked pagan dance. No. So, yeah. But, yeah. But no, so, and I feel like it's healthy to have wild, lofty, ambitious dreams that may or may not ever happen. But you guys, what we're doing here right now on YouTube, I'll party with some pagans. Because that's the thing, is I party with my Episcopal friends, too. And so it's like, I don't have an affiliation. I just like hanging out with everybody. So, cheers to that. Butt naked in her bed, cats in hand, and the coffee mug on her head. Well, it's coffee in hand, cats on my head, Derpy. Get it right.
Everyone's pits out?
Everyone's pits out. No, I think that'd be something. We've got to live out in the country or we're going to get arrested. But what I was going to say is this, what we're doing here on YouTube, this used to be a dream. You know, going to conventions professionally used to be a dream. And it happened and it has worked. And, you know, we have to keep rolling with the punches, and it's not the same, does not look how it looked on paper when we first drew it out. But, have you done a chainmail bishop's mantle? Raven, I had done a scale mail one. And I was like, never again. That was a lot of work. What's up, baby?
2019.
Hey, baby. Your sweet little butt cheeks hanging out. I can see it. Don't worry.
Thanks for drawing attention
Well,
to that.
I put my mug over it so nobody can see.
Thanks for drawing attention to that.
I'm sorry. Is it all better? Yeah, it's all better. Okay. Right on. They're mad that I said something. They're like, no, we were ugly it. Right, Jim. If you don't dream it, it can't happen. My hubby and I are always looking for our home as a nudist resort, Lamal, but it's a great upside to country living. Right, Lily? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually grew up for like 3 years at a nudist camp, or a nudist resort. And it was an adventure, but I don't like having neighbors. Like, I like going and visiting where other people might be, but then I want to be able to go home and not have, because there's always like one person who's like you didn't mow your grass in 3 years. Please mow your grass because it looks like garbage. And I'm like, get out, stop looking at my lawn. um, so yeah, I'm always that neighbor that the other neighbors are like, why does she have to live by us? But no, it's honestly, I think it is good to dream big dreams. Because then, even if you dream the biggest dream you can dream and only hit like halfway, then it's like, that's still pretty good. Right? Oh my god. An island? I don't know, maybe. An island in a lake. I do better around fresh water, I think. Though I've never been to the ocean. I don't know. I just don't want a hurricane to like nom me up. That's fair, Tracy. Is there? What's on my porch? Oh, it's just a giant bug. Okay. Amen to that though, Tracy. And I just lost hearing in my right ear. Okay. Any more questions before we go? How would a dragon scale mantle work out? Too much work? Honestly, that would look really cool, but that is going to be a lot of work. I'd recommend drafting out the patterning in just a really airy 4-in-1 first. That way you can kind of see, because a bishop's mantle, that's not nearly as bad as doing like a whole shirt with long sleeves. It's still pretty bad, like as far as the amount of work goes, but June. Alrighty. So, did you do a drawing this week? We did, Linda. Oh, what was the name? It was a unique name, but I can't remember it. McKenna won. Hashtag, are we still live? We are, Galen, but we're about to log off. So, we are in the credits. Stay for the after credits scene. Right on. Oh gosh, that'd be cool, Tabby. Well, thanks, Julie. But you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I have had a blast. And I will see y'all in our video on Saturday. And then we'll be live streaming again next week, Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye.